One of my viewers asked me to do a hardness test on a military K-bar. Well, I don't have a full-size K-bar, but I do have a mini K-bar that I got when I was in the Navy. So I decided to pull that one out. And I also have an old Navy Mark III that my brother gave me from the Navy. So I decided to test that one too. The machine I'm using is called a Wilson. Excuse me. And it's a hardness tester, and the way these work is that there's a diamond penetrator that pushes into the part, and the hardness reading comes from how far down that penetrator is able to deform the part. So the more it deforms, the softer material, so the less it deforms, the harder the material. So let's take a look at how this thing works. What you do is you pull this one lever down here to its current position, and then you set your knife and you bring the anvil up with this handle here, and the anvil is under the knife, of course, and you line up the small dial with the dot and the large dial with that vertical line. If you go a little bit too far, you can kind of move the dial. It's designed like that. So you want to make sure all your lines are lined up, and then you flip this lever forward and you wait for the penetrator to push into the part, or the knife in this case, and then when that lever stops, you pull it back to take your reading. In this case, I think I get a reading of like 51, which is kind of low. This is after I've taken all the readings I wanted. So let's take a look at all the readings. The first reading on the K-bar is right about, wait for it, 53. I'm going to call that 53. The next reading I get is 55 and a half. I'm going to call that 55 and a half. Third reading for the K-bar is going to be 54.8. I'm going to call that 54.8. So now switching to the Mark III. Mark III first reading is going to be 53. Second reading for the Mark III is 54.8. And the third reading is coming out at, drum roll, 52.8. So it seems to be a little bit, anyway, this is what the indentions look like on the knife. Yeah, you can see them if you're looking for them, but to me they don't degrade the function of the knife. And this is on the Mark III, of course, and it's, you know, I'm not trying to get rich, so it does degrade the value a little bit. Now, looking at the averages of these, you can see that the K-bar comes in a little bit harder, one Rockwell C harder than the Mark III, but overall that's within the error of the machine. So there, I call them equally hard. So the average for the K-bar, of course, is 54.4, and the average for the Mark III is 53.5, which is decent compared to like a buck knife. Buck knife says their knives come in about 58 to 60 Rockwell C. So that's pretty much it. I hope that answers some of your questions out there. Take care. Bye.